Hello guys and gals, how are you doing? I am here to talk about flags. Yes indeed, I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So, you probably all are aware of the fact that everywhere in the UK, in Ireland, in other places, in Germany now, here in Spain, people are putting flags up everywhere. People are rallying together and showing their patriotism and saying, no, we are proud of our country. And it's being hailed as a wonderful thing of like people starting to wake up, people starting to come together, people starting to take action. The question is that really the case? Is it really good or is it not so good? I was privy to a conversation that went on in our Telegram group, Peaceful Rebellion. By the way, if you want to come and join us, you're more than welcome. The link's in the video information, but you've got to be a nice person. And people were talking about that, and you know, it was a very insightful conversation, and they were saying, I'm not going for this, I'm not going for this. This looks too orchestrated. This doesn't look organic at all. And I would agree. I would agree that what I've discovered is this, and this is what I believe. I don't know if it's true, but this is what I believe. There is nothing viral. Nothing goes viral by accident in this world. Anything that goes viral has the hand of manipulation behind it. So the flag thing looks a lot like the Ice Bucket Challenge. It looks a lot like the Spoonful of Cinnamon Challenge. It looks like one of those things. It looks like everybody putting the Ukraine flag on their Facebook profile. It looks like everybody wearing a mask and putting little icons of people with masks on going, yay! Yeah, we're saving the world. It's another saving the world movement. But hang on a minute. Is it not a good thing too? Is it not good that people are coming together and you know, it's against the government? That's basically it. It's against what the government's doing. It's just confusing, isn't it? So I thought, why don't I ask the emissaries and see what they say? And what they said was this, which made a lot of sense. And it's something that I'm very aware of. In fact, I put it to them and they verified it to me. The baddies are extremely, extremely in touch with the energetic realm in which we live. They know all about it. The arts, the black arts, everything. Astrology, they are the best astrologers ever. And they know fine well what's coming. They know where we are in terms of this astrological alignment that we're in. We're in the same, although the astrological alignment has never been seen before, ever. So I'm hearing, I'm not an astrologer, but there's a lot of similarities between the French Revolution, when that happened, and also the American Revolution, okay? The baddies are fully aware of that, and they've known that for a long time. For a long time. I mean, they other than the fact that they might have their hands on the Looking Glass project, but just looking at astrology and how it's rolling, they're aware that people are going to get a bit antsy, a bit arsey. Right? We're in times where people are getting arsey. I know that. I just had a conversation today with my in-laws, and my mother-in-law was furious about what's going on in the world. She's saying she's almost depressed because there's so much horribleness going on. You know, with the fires that are being, all the fires in Spain have been set on purpose. They're calling them, because this is a reframe, they're calling them pyromaniacs, right? But no, pyromaniacs are people who do that because they enjoy it. They get off on setting fires. No, these are these are arsonists who were paid. And there are loads of people being arrested here in Spain, all for arson. I do love that word. Have you been arsing? Yes, I've been arsing. Yeah. Arsonists, right? They've been paid. Who's paying them? Well, what's interesting is that all of the plots of land that have been burned, later on, it happens every year, later on, those plots of land can be sold off and made into wind farm places. And that seems to be what they do. They burn it and then they buy it very, very cheaply to make wind farms. So, however, that's by the by. The baddies know where we are. And so what they do is they use, and it was somebody who mentioned it in the Peaceful Rebellion as well, and I thought, I'd already had it in my mind, look, verification. They use what's called the Hegelian dialect, which is, we will create a problem. The reaction, they know the kind of reaction they're going to get, which is a rebellious reaction. People are in rebellious mode. The energies are rebellious. Right? But if they can tailor that, if they can guide that rebellion, just like they did in the French Revolution, just like they did in the American one, okay, they guide it to their end. So what is it that they're guiding people to do? Well, the increasing patriotism. Right? Let's get the flags up and let's get the far-right political groups into power. So here in Spain now, Vox, which is ultra-right, right? It's not, it's just right. It's just traditional values, but it's now ultra-right. Vox has just done this. Wow! Right? Now it's number one, just about, in Spain. Okay? And if it isn't number one, it's going to be number one very soon. Reform, I just saw it. I think Reform sitting at 33%. Labour is at 18%. Reform in the UK, wow! Far right. Far out. And so what are they doing? Well, they are tailoring everything to say, right, it's awful what we've been doing. It's awful what the governments have been doing, both Conservative and Labour in the UK, for a lot of years. So we're going to give you the out. We're going to give you the answer, which is the same shit. We're going to give you more of the same shit, but we're going to let you think that that's going to resolve everything. What they want is for people to throw out the government. Yeah, no, a revolution. They've been programming a revolution for a long time. I see it mentioned all the time. Oh, we're just about to, Britain is about to enter into, Britain, they're going to come to the streets, everything. Psychologists and people who study patterns are all saying, yes, a revolution's coming. Of course it is. It's in the stars. But boy, they are guiding everything. They're guiding everything. And hey, what about this? What about this? Just as an idea. They've known for a long time that we're going to get to this point where people are going to want revolution, change. And so it would make absolute sense, because the work in long-term plans for all of the situation with the immigration that they've been creating, for that to lead us up to this place. Because without all of that mass immigration, without all of these problems, without all of these perhaps, I don't know, MK Ultra program people who come into the country and they say, right now, we want you to go and do that or whatever. Go and do that. Go and make a mess. Yeah. Without that, people wouldn't be upset. People are getting upset because all of the time, that's what's happening. All of the time, that's what's happening. These people who are coming in got now better to do. Here in Spain, by the way, the government has organised buses that take prostitutes from the centre of the prostitutes over to the guys who've come over here, who are in these hotels and everything with nothing better to do, and they're sending the prostitutes in to try and calm them down. Okay? This is just madness world that we're living in. But what about if all of that was orchestrated to bring us to this point, at this point, because they knew that we were going to need to be able to channel this need for change, this revolution? I wouldn't put it past them. I think they're very, very capable of doing things like that, of having a very long-term plan and saying, right, so we'll do that. What do you think? Do you think they're that clever? I think they know a lot of stuff about what's going on. And it's their job to be bad. It's their job to do evil things. That's what they're here for. And it's our job to spot it. So the emissary said, yeah, right enough that all of this is a manipulation of people to get them just to keep promoting the same system. They don't want us to change the system. Just keep the same one. We'll just give you another political party who are very, very, very hot on immigration, very hot on this and that and the other. And we go, yeah, okay, now. And everybody feels good, like, yeah, we've done it. We changed the world. When in fact, all we did was just keep the status quo. And so I asked the emissary, so what's the solution then? What's the solution? And they said, you just keep out of it. That's all. Don't get involved in it. They said, be happy that people are putting flags up. It's not a bad thing. They said it's not a bad thing because what it's showing is that these people are in the process of waking up, which is a good thing. And that's a good thing. Okay? But they said don't get involved with it because that's a very early doors awakening. Right? Now, if you think about it, we did some very early doors awakening. I remember getting very excited about Trump and Q and how it was going to be all sorted by 2021, January of 2021. And I felt like a twat afterwards. I felt and looked like a twat because I told a lot of people as well. However, it was a lesson. And what the emissary said was, the lesson that people who are going to do this, they're going to have is they're going to think that they're doing something. Then they're going to realise, Reform gets in, Vox gets into Spain. And then a year later they go, well, it's the same old shit. It's just the same shit. Different face. Two cheeks of the same arse. It's a learning process for them. And what happens is this. This is certainly an experience that I've had. That personal experience of being let down by realizing that you were fooled makes you turn inside because you say, I can't trust the out now. I know what's happening, but I can't trust it. And so I'm going to have to go inside. The only person that I can trust is me. Truly, me. That's the journey within. And then when you get inside, you say, it's quite lonely here. It's just me. I mean, how many people who've been on the awakening path have talked about being lonely? I feel so lonely. Why? Because you can't trust anybody. You can only trust yourself. However, on that journey within, you feel lonely and you think, I can't do this on my own. Who's left? God. Source. And so that's when you return back to source. And then you're not lonely anymore. Then it's okay. Yeah. So don't worry about those people who are putting flags up. Celebrate them. Just, you don't have to get involved yourself. That's level 1. And we are in different levels now of awakening. But let them do it. Let them learn the lessons. But understand, every person that's putting a flag up is waking up. And that's good. Okay? I love you all. You tell me what you think as well. If you are putting flags up, great. Super duper. But just bear in mind, that maybe behind that there's a little bit of an agenda. That's okay. I wear cross. I wear cross in my ear. I put it back in, by the way. I lost it and then I put it and I changed it and now I put it back in. I wear cross not because I believe that Jesus was killed on a cross. I don't even think that's true. I don't think it's true. I wear cross not because I want to glorify the thing that killed Jesus. No. I wear cross because it means something very specific to me now. It means that I am showing that I'm returning to God. That's what it means to me. That's the only reason I'm wearing it. Let people know that, hey, I'm a spiritual being. And so putting up a flag doesn't necessarily mean that you're a patriot or whatever. It can mean lots of things. It depends what you want it to mean. That's all. Yeah? I am thinking about putting 2 flags up in my... We've talked about having 2 flags in our garden for years. I think we should have a British flag and a Spanish flag because we're a bilingual family. I still might do it, but it won't be because I'm being led to do it by other people. And that's like, jumping on the bandwagon. Now I'm going to pour a bucket of iced water over my head. No, not that. And I am never, ever going to do the cinnamon challenge. I've seen people nearly die with that. That's just stupid. Okay, I love you all and I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.